Ethan Slater's ex-wife, Dr. Lilly Jay, recently shared a deeply personal essay in The Cut reflecting on the emotional and complex journey of their divorce. This candid piece offered insight into the emotional toll of the separation and her experience, but also, notably, the essay stayed within the confines of her legal agreement. While the piece provided a vulnerable account of her feelings, it was carefully crafted to respect the terms set forth in her divorce settlement. The essay highlighted the personal challenges she faced during the legal proceedings and the quiet strength she found in navigating such a tumultuous period. A source close to the situation spilled the details to the Daily Mail, revealing the relief felt by both Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande at Lilly Jay's decision not to throw them under the bus. Despite the deep emotions involved, Lilly chose not to publicly share specific details of her ex-husband's relationship with Ariana Grande, choosing instead to focus on her own personal journey and the impact the divorce had on her own life. This decision speaks volumes about her character, as it shows that Lilly prioritized her dignity and her son's future over any potential drama that could have come from revealing more intimate details. The source further clarified that Lilly's divorce agreement imposed restrictions on what she could disclose, particularly concerning certain private events. However, the essay showed her desire to express herself authentically while adhering to those boundaries. The insider stated that the divorce settlement was designed to limit her ability to speak openly about specific aspects of the split, including the relationship between Ethan and Ariana. However, Lilly still found a way to pour her emotions into the essay without crossing those legal lines. Although bound by the agreement, Lilly Jay wasn't silenced in the traditional sense. Instead, she channeled her feelings into a written form that allowed her to process the emotions she'd experienced and reflect on the journey. It's clear from the essay that while her voice may have been restricted in the courtroom, it was anything but muted in her writing. The source emphasized that Lilly had been essentially silenced during the legal proceedings, unable to share her side of the story publicly or freely discuss the events that had unfolded. But in the essay, she was able to reclaim her voice, expressing her thoughts in a way that was both healing and empowering. Despite the silence imposed on her during the legal process, Lilly's decision to share her side of the story in a thoughtful and respectful manner speaks to her desire for control over her narrative. She knew that one day her son would come across this information, and she wanted to make sure that the first and only public words on the matter were ones that would stand as a testament to her grace and dignity. She wanted her son to understand that, despite the heartbreak and challenges of the situation, she chose to respond with kindness and composure. The insider revealed that Lilly had several media outlets eager to interview her and give her a platform to speak on the matter. However, she chose to wait until she felt ready to speak on her own terms. She wanted to control her own narrative, sharing her truth only when it felt right for her, without pressure or interference. This decision exemplified her strength, resilience, and ability to reclaim her personal story. Her choice to wait and control the timing of her message was empowering, as it allowed her to tell her story on her own terms. It wasn't about rushing to make a public statement. It was about taking the time to reflect, heal, and express herself in a way that felt true to her. In doing so, Lilly ensured that when she did speak, her words would carry the weight of authenticity and intention. Lilly's essay was not just a reflection on the divorce itself, but also on the broader impact the experience had on her sense of self and her family. Throughout the essay, she expressed the emotional toll that the proceedings had on her, describing how difficult it was to navigate a relationship ending while still maintaining a sense of stability for her child. She reflected on the lessons she had learned throughout the process, how it had shaped her, and how she was determined to move forward with a renewed sense of strength and clarity. Her decision to publicly reflect on her experience, without giving in to the temptation to speak out in anger or frustration, showcases the kind of maturity and grace that is often overshadowed in high-profile divorce cases. She didn't seek to vilify anyone, but instead chose to focus on the emotional healing that she had experienced and the steps she was taking to move forward. This approach allowed her to remain true to herself, while respecting the legal boundaries that had been set. For Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande, the relief of Lilly not disclosing more details about their relationship is understandable. It's clear that they were both concerned about how public revelations could affect their own reputations and personal lives. However, by choosing to focus on her own journey, Lilly ensured that the attention remained on her experience and the emotional impact of the divorce, rather than fueling any further media speculation about the relationship between her ex-husband and the pop star. Despite the challenges of their marriage and subsequent divorce, Lilly's decision to maintain respect and dignity in her public statements offers a powerful example of personal integrity. She could have easily chosen a different path, one that might have garnered more attention or sympathy, but instead, she remained focused on what was best for her son and her own emotional well-being. Her ability to control the narrative in such a difficult situation highlights her strength and determination to move forward with her life regardless of the obstacles. In the end, Lilly's essay serves as a reminder that everyone's journey through difficult personal experiences is unique. Some choose to speak out, others remain silent, but what matters most is how one handles the challenges life throws their way. Lilly Jay's approach to her divorce and the way she chose to handle the public aspect of the situation exemplifies the power of taking control of one's own story and moving forward with grace, even in the face of adversity.